Greetings, urban farmers, gardeners, and healthy food visionaries. Farmer Greg here, and welcome to another Walkabout episode of Goodness Grows Organics, our farm in Asheville, North Carolina. Enjoy. Welcome to the fall in North Carolina. This is my beginning of October 2023 walk around the farm, and you're seeing our raised bed gardens. In the past month and a half, we've eaten potatoes and onions, multiple different kinds of greens, some herbs out of the garden. My goal in moving here to North Carolina was to see how much of our own food we can grow. We're doing pretty good, actually. Interesting, this garden bed that you're looking at here is we used that old garden bed over there, our first raised bed garden. I pulled the soil out of that one and several of our pots and put it in this garden bed. And interestingly enough, we have volunteers of potatoes. Those are potatoes. And basil and onions in this garden bed that were left over in the soil from the old bed. So pretty excited about that. Life just regenerating itself on its own. That's pretty dang cool. We have carrots, beets, Swiss chard, lots of brassicas, lettuce, all growing. It's the beginning of October 2023. I think I said that already. And our broccoli is getting tall and ready to start making broccoli heads. That's pretty cool. This area right here that we're looking at now is the new space where we're going to put our potting shed, two different spaces, and in the potting shed will be a wood drying area, and then the chicken coop on the end down by that white bag there. We also bought two more of the metal stock tanks that we're going to continue this idea here. We're just going to put them along the edge here up to the tree over there and expand the garden. So we'll be expanding this garden extensively this winter. We had a bid for like $6,000 for a retaining wall all the way across here. And Heidi said to me one day, "Oh my gosh, Greg, what if we use the stock tanks?" So that's what we've done. We're using the stock tanks and drilling the holes in the bottom of them, and they're nice and solid, and they hold back all the woody mulch. And over time, that woody mulch is going to make really nice soil. We also, my friend Hasina here in town, who I knew in Phoenix for many years, gave me two buckets of strawberries like this. And they've turned into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one in the back there that you can't see. Plus this entire raised bed garden here. I took strawberry cuttings and put them across the top, so they'll be growing out here pretty soon. So that's our garden. This winter I'm also going to be building a fence. You can see I've started it over here. But we're going to do a view fence. That's a fence that we can see through, and it'll replace the Insta fence that I put up here a year and a half ago. This is our elderberry orchard. These are Adams elderberries here. And then up to the next one right here. This is Wildwood. I don't know why it got fuzzy there. Those are Wildwood and Bob Gordon elderberries. And then the top row there, this one right here, has blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and some mulberries. One of the curious things that happened this year is I made worm castings all year, and we harvested them and planted a handful of worm castings every time we planted a tree or one of these bushes. And you can see we are harvesting pounds of tomatoes right now. It's absolutely amazing. They just volunteered in the rows of, this happens to be blueberries. It's windy today. And the leaves have been falling. It's been interesting, you know, after having lived in Phoenix for 54 years, leaves falling wasn't really a thing. You know, the leaves fell, obviously, but it just wasn't something that happened that I noticed. Let me put it that way. It wasn't something that I noticed, and it's very different here, that's for sure. For those of you that don't know, I lived in Phoenix for 54 years, and a year and a half ago, my partner Heidi and I moved to Asheville, North Carolina, where we bought 4 acres, and that's where I'm standing right now. These are, let's see here, mulberries. This is a Pakistani mulberry, and these are Illinois everbearing mulberries. We had a little bit of a deer problem, and the deer came in and munched on some of our plants. And these are something called service berries. Not sure what they are, but we'll find out. I'm walking over. We did a really fun project this week. You can check out the video I made of it on our YouTube channel. I bought 2 cubic yards of woody mulch, and we inoculated it with wine cap mushrooms. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to watch that video. It was fun, and we'll see what happens. This area in black down here at the bottom, we're solarizing that area. And I'm planning on planting grains and rice in that space. I have a Grex, that's Grex, of rice, upland rice. It doesn't require paddies. And what a Grex means is that my friend Bill McDorman makes them up. He just takes, in this particular one, 80 different varieties of rice and mixes it all up. And my job then is to come in here and plant them and see which ones do the best. And then we save those seeds. We save those seeds year over year, and those become the ones that are more acclimated to this area. All right, and what you're seeing here in the foreground is the leftover tree holes that I didn't get planted yet. Ran out of trees, but we'll be putting trees in them pretty soon. This is the orchard that we planted. The elderberry orchard you saw had 105 elderberries, blueberries, blackberries, and mulberries in it. Oh, and then the 3 service berries. These are mostly stone fruit here, although I have 4 more mulberries right here. These are 4 more mulberries right here, including this one. There's one of our tomatoes that came in with the compost, in with the mulberry. And these are stone fruit from Dave Wilson Nursery. These are pluots and pluaries. This is one great big grand experiment. And I think I have 20 of those in the place. And then up here we have, these are local trees that I got. There's a plum, a peach, and 4 apples. Again, along with some tomatoes. And then this week's project, which I'm really excited about, is we're building a greenhouse. We bought a Yardistry greenhouse from Costco. It is only 7 by 8 feet or 6.5 by 7.5 feet. So it'll be our starter greenhouse for here. You can see it, pieces of it coming together. Heidi and I are assembling it yesterday and today. This is the entry door. Obviously it's laying on its side. And the place where it's going to be, I'll tell you, this is the longest part of this project right here is getting the foundation correct. It has to be level and square if it's going to work. And we were warned by many assemblers of these greenhouses that it had to be level and square. So Heidi worked really hard to make sure that it's level and square. All right, there's my October 2023 update. Check out for more links below, and thanks for listening.